There was a time when Britain's roads told a different story. Cars you'd see everywhere, now vanished. Not the ones in museums. The ones your dad drove, your neighbor parked outside, the ones that just disappeared. Let's bring back 10 you probably forgot existed. Number 1, Austin Healey 3000. The Austin Healey 3000. Your grandfather might have called it the Big Healey. Funny how everyone remembers the little Sprite. But this one's been forgotten. Built from 1959. It had a straight 6 engine that made a noise you'd hear 3 streets over. Proper thunder. Not the fastest thing on paper, but on dirt roads and rally stages, it was nearly unstoppable. Pat Moss, Sterling's sister, won rallies in one of these. Beat the men at their own game. Long bonnet, short back end, chrome wire wheels catching the light. You'd know one if you saw it. Inside, all leather and wood. Proper craftsmanship, the sort of interior that smelled right. They made nearly 43,000 before 1967, then stopped. Most people talk about E-types now, or MGBs. The Big Healey just slipped away from memory. But if you ever saw one being driven hard, you'd remember that sound. Deep, mechanical, purposeful. The sort of thing that stays with you. Number 2, Triumph Dolomite Sprint. The Triumph Dolomite Sprint. Back in 1973. This was the fastest 4-cylinder saloon car you could buy, anywhere. Then everyone forgot it existed. Under the bonnet sat a 16-valve engine. Technology that wouldn't become normal for another decade. 127 horsepower doesn't sound like much now, but in something that light, it transformed everything. Your mate's dad might have had one. Gold wheels, racing stripes down the side, purposeful little thing. It could embarrass cars twice its price. Handled beautifully. Sounded mechanical and alive, none of this muffled nonsense. You knew when a Sprint went past. Triumph built 22,000 of them before 1980. Most rusted away. That was the problem with British cars back then. Brilliant when they worked, but the tin worm got them. The ones that survived often got modified beyond recognition. Boy racers cutting them up. BMW gets remembered for sporty saloons. Triumph gets forgotten. But for a few years there, we had the answer. We just didn't know it would all disappear. Number 3, Rover P5 Coupe. The Rover P5 Coupe. For prime ministers were driven around in these. Harold Wilson, Edward Heath, both of them. The Queen Mother kept hers until she was 98. Now, hardly anyone under 50 remembers they existed. From 1962 to 1973, this was what authority looked like. Big, dignified, proper. The V8 version from 1967 had an American engine on the bonnet. Buick gave Rover the design. Made it quick without being flash about it. Lower roofline than the saloon, sleeker, that distinctive back window sloping the wrong way. Inside, Connolly leather, Wilton carpets, walnut everywhere you looked. Like sitting in a gentleman's club. Seats like armchairs, rode like you were floating. You'd see them outside town halls, government buildings, anywhere important. Then they just vanished. German saloons took over, BMWs, Mercedes. Different sort of luxury. Louder about it. The P5 didn't shout. That was the point. Understated, British. Confident without needing to prove anything. You either understood or you didn't. Most people these days don't even know they existed. Shame, really. Number 4. Ford Cortina 1 Malawian Quacha GT. The Ford Cortina MK1. Everyone's dad had one. Well, not the GT version. That was something special. But it's been completely overshadowed by the Escort now. Launched in 1963, the normal Cortina was everywhere. Affordable, practical, sensible. Then Ford brought out the GT, and with Lotus helping on the engine, it became something else entirely. Jim Clark, proper racing driver, won the British Saloon Car Championship in a Lotus Cortina. Beat cars costing 3 times as much. Clean lines, restrained chrome, nothing fancy. The GT got a black grille, wider wheels, subtle badges. No wings or scoops, just got on with it. That was the beauty. Looked like your neighbor's car, went like something else entirely. Young lads in the 60s got their first taste of performance in these. Couldn't afford an E-type, could just about stretch to a Cortina GT. They were driven hard, crashed often, scrapped without thinking. Over 1 million Cortinas sold in 4 years. The GT versions are worth serious money now, but most people under 40 have never heard of them. Britain's everyman performance car. Forgotten. Number 5. Bristol 411. Bristol Cars. Odd company. Built aeroplanes. Then started making cars in secret. Didn't advertise, didn't do motor shows. Just built extraordinary things for people who didn't want to be noticed. The 411 ran from 1969 to 1976, and most people don't even know it happened. Under that elegant bodywork sat an American V8 engine, 335 horsepower, genuine 140 miles per hour, but it looked like it couldn't break 70. That was deliberate. Bristol owners didn't want attention. Built by hand in Kensington. You could specify anything. Leather everywhere. Air conditioning when most British cars barely had heaters. Quality that embarrassed Rolls-Royce. Rode in complete silence. Wafted along. Carried 4 people in absolute comfort. Only made 287 of them. Bristol refused to seek publicity, so nobody knew they existed except the people buying them. Consequently, they vanished from history completely. Shame, because they could embarrass Ferraris while looking like a bank manager's car. Very British when you think about it. Number 6. Sunbeam Tiger. The Sunbeam Tiger. Take a pretty British roadster, stuff an American V8 in it. See what happens. Should be as famous as the Shelby Cobra. Somehow isn't. Carroll Shelby himself helped develop it. Took the Alpine Roadster, shoehorned in a Ford the 5.8. The result was explosive. Sounded magnificent. Went like hell, cost half what an E-Type demanded. Later versions got an even bigger engine. From 1964 to 1967, you could buy American muscle in a British package. Looked innocent, went like the devil. Racing drivers took them to Le Mans, won their class. Then Chrysler bought Sunbeam. Weren't about to promote a car with a Ford engine in it. Were they? Production stopped dead. Only 7,500 made, then forgotten. The normal Alpine without the V8 gets remembered. The Tiger with its spectacular performance has vanished completely. Ask people about British V8 roadsters. They'll mention TVR maybe. The Tiger? Blank looks. It sounded like thunder, that V8 burble in something so small. You'd hear it before you saw it. Now you don't hear it at all. Number 7. Vauxhall Lotus Carlton. The Vauxhall Lotus Carlton caused a moral panic in 1990. The Daily Mail said it was too fast for Britain's roads. Police worried criminals would nick them for getaways. Politicians wanted it banned. Then everyone forgot about it. Lotus took an ordinary Carlton saloon and created a 4-door supercar. Twin-turbocharged engine making 377 horsepower, more than Ferraris at the time. Top speed 176 miles per hour. Fastest production saloon in the world. Looked subtly menacing in dark green. Massive wheels body kit. Split rear spoiler. But the interior was still mostly standard Vauxhall. That was the point. Extraordinary performance in an ordinary wrapper. Only 950 built. Cost twice what a normal Carlton did. Most were driven hard. Some crashed, few stolen. The controversy died down. The car disappeared from showrooms. And within 10 years, everyone had forgotten. Survivors are worth serious money now. But that brief moment when Britain built the world's most controversial car? Erased. BMW M5s get the glory. The Lotus Carlton gets nothing. Typical, really. Number 8. Jensen Interceptor FF. The Jensen Interceptor FF was the world's first production car with 4-wheel drive and anti-lock brakes. Arrived in 1966. Decades ahead of everything else. Hardly anyone remembers. FF stood for Ferguson Formula, sophisticated 4-wheel drive system from racing, combined with Dunlop's anti-lock brakes, originally designed for aircraft. In the 60s, you could buy a British car with technology that wouldn't appear on Mercedes or BMW until the 80s. Let that sink in. Gorgeous Italian styling, that massive curved back window, powerful American V8 under the bonnet. But the FF's mechanical sophistication made it genuinely revolutionary. Safety and handling nothing else could match. Only 320 built before 1971. Cost significantly more than the standard Interceptor. Jensen lost money on every one sold, built them by hand, Anyway, eventually the company collapsed. The FF was forgotten, and Audi later got credit for inventing four-wheel drive performance cars. British engineering at its absolute peak, erased from history. We did it first, did it brilliantly, then watched everyone else take the credit. Story of British cars, really. Number 9, Reliant Scimitar GT. Princess and drove one. The Reliant Scimitar GT invented the sporting estate car in 1968. Yet it's been completely forgotten, while German rivals take all the credit. Combined sports car performance with proper load space, decades before anyone else tried it. Ford, the 5.6 engine, gave it genuine pace. Styling was elegant. Fiberglass body meant it wouldn't rust. Unusual for any British car back then. Handled beautifully, rode comfortably, carried 4 people plus luggage for the weekend. The royal connection gave it credibility, while the price made it achievable for ordinary enthusiasts. Not cheap, but not impossible either. Production ran until 1986. 14,000 built. But Reliant's reputation got damaged by the three-wheel Robin, and the Scimitar suffered by association. Unfair, but there it is. Today, everyone thinks Audi invented the sports estate. The GTE did it first, did it properly, and has vanished from memory. You don't see them anymore. Occasionally one turns up at a classic show. People look confused. Reliant made that. Number 10, Armstrong Siddeley Sapphire 346. Armstrong Siddeley built aircraft engines and luxury cars until 1960, then quietly disappeared. The Sapphire 346 was their final model. Nobody remembers it now. Launched in 1953. The Sapphire had a powerful straight-six, pre-selected gearbox, build quality that embarrassed Bentley. The 346 version from 1956 added extra length and even more luxury. Leather, walnut, thick carpets, panel gaps you could barely see. Craftsmanship from another era. Styling was imposing. Massive chrome grille. Sphinx on the bonnet, upright proportions. Looked like the car's important men arrived in for meetings. Because that's exactly what happened. Only 800 made before Armstrong. Siddeley decided aviation was more profitable. Closed the car division. Pensioned off the workers. And these magnificent machines were scrapped or forgotten. You'll find enthusiasts who collect pre-war Bentleys but have never heard of Armstrong Siddeley. Britain's aviation industry built extraordinary cars, then decided they couldn't compete with mass production. The Sapphire was their swan song. Beautifully made, wonderfully British, completely erased from history. 10 cars that used to be everywhere, now nowhere. From everyday performance to secret luxury, from world first to royal favorites, Britain made more than the usual suspects. If any of these brought back a memory, your dad's car, your neighbor's pride and joy, something you saw as a kid, drop it in the comments. Those stories matter. And if you want more forgotten pieces of Britain's motoring past brought back to life, you know what to do. Sometimes the best stories are the ones we forgot. Let's remember them together